So, welcome to Start Fresh, how to shift to success without the stress. I know we all want less stress in our lives. I don't know anyone who wants more. Because it is the beginning of the year, that's not a bad time to make a fresh start. It's actually a fantastic time, just like any other time, to make some worthwhile changes personally and professionally. And you might wonder why I keep saying personally and professionally. Well, I believe we are all whole people, and what we do personally affects our work, and what we do professionally affects our personal life. So we are a whole person. This is the super good stuff. So, step one is to surrender. If you don't let go of what's already in your life, you can't embrace the wonderful new that will make a positive difference in your life. So, that's letting go of what you know and how life has been. Sometimes it's hard to imagine that it can be different, but it can, because your past doesn't have to dictate your future. You have to be willing to see things differently and surrender your expectations. And expectations are tricky because sometimes we don't even know we have those expectations until it's too late. It requires that we step out of our comfort zone. So we kind of have to let go of that comfortable place that we've been. It's really an invitation to trust God more deeply and to be okay with the unknown. I honestly didn't know where coaching was going to lead me, and I would have honestly never dreamed I'd be doing webinars because honestly, I wasn't that great with technology, and I've had to grow a lot in that area, and it's actually been kind of exciting. So it doesn't scare me the way it once did. Um, and all of this surrendering gets a lot easier when you know that you're unconditionally loved by God and you know how to lean into who He created you to be. The second step is to unlock the possibilities. Now, that kind of sounds like jargon. So, what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, dream. What is possible? Kind of expand your thinking about what's possible in your life and getting back to tapping into what you really, really want. If your life and work is not compelling, you're not going to engage. You're not going to keep moving forward. And all of us have skills and gifts and talents that we have that are meant to be shared with others. So think about brainstorming what could be possible for you. Step three, and it is create a target. And we talked about that being a goal or intention, whatever you want to refer to it as, and it will guide you. Without that target, you're going to be aimless. So the more you can zero in on that, the clearer your target, the more you're going to be able to prioritize and focus and move forward. How clear are you on your target? 1, I'm not clear at all, or 7, I am crystal clear. So the fourth step is to commit to daily actions. You really have to break down and break down and break down what it is you're trying to accomplish. So, for example, if you want to improve your health, daily actions might be exercising 1 hour, 5 days a week, or limiting the carbs you eat to 1 meal a day, or go to bed by 9:30 every night. Not advocating any of these are just random. Not that they're bad, but just random. Or kind of going back to my original example of my dream to become a coach, breaking it down, each one of those items that I mentioned, there were several action steps that needed to be followed through with. So really being able to see that and map it out so that you can stay on course is really important, because really it takes doing those activities every day. So daily making progress. And even better, if you can track those daily actions and be held accountable. What are some of the daily actions that will enable you guys to reach your target? Any ideas about that? Because sometimes we invest time in actions that actually don't get us. They kind of feel like busy work, and we think they're doing something, but they're actually not really helping us get where we want to be. So another opportunity for a fresh start. The fifth step is to examine your mindset. So that includes, taking a look. Do you have shame? Are you embarrassed about failure? Or maybe you have your parents' voices ringing in your ears, negative things they might have said, or maybe somebody else said negative things to you. Maybe you have limiting beliefs or assumptions that you're living by, or about yourself, how you view yourself and how you think others view you. And sometimes it's really our fear monster. So if you've been around me for a while, fear monster is a common theme, and it's going to cause you to shift away from making fresh starts and kind of keep you stuck. And it's not only a few people have it. Everyone has a fear monster. It's something deep-seated in us that keeps us from living in our full potential. And another thing that can keep us from moving forward and getting where we want to be is not putting on the shoes. Like that would be if I didn't really view myself as a coach. If I don't see myself that way, then I'm not going to actively take steps to pursue that. I really have to believe that I'm a coach, I'm an awesome coach, and I can make a difference if I'm going to actually achieve my targets. So the really tough thing about mindsets is that there's so much a part of us that it's really hard to identify and spot them on our own. It's really one of the amazing perks of working with a coach is that they can help you identify those mindsets or beliefs that are keeping you from progressing forward. Number 6 is sustainable. Too often people have such lofty goals, they're overwhelming, more than they can carry, like this guy in the picture. They decide they're basically going to transform their whole lives and they just want to do it all. And it's really a process. You have to start with one thing, then add another, if you're going to really make changes that are going to last. Big habits like taking on too much is going to keep you from staying fresh and moving forward. But other things that might fit into this category that keep things from being sustainable are not being able to say no, overcommitting, procrastinating, avoiding or trying to do too much too fast, kind of extremes on either end, or not following through. So what kind of habits are keeping you from reaching your goals or operating in a sustainable way? The 7th step is support. If you're going to have plans to lose weight, one of the first things they tell you to do is to clean out all the junk in your pantry. And that's kind of setting the environment up for success. And it's really important to create the kind of environment you need to successfully reach your target, to maintain that fresh start and get where you want to be. The American Society of Training and Development did a study on accountability, and they found that if you commit to somebody else, you have a 65% chance of completing a goal. So that's not too bad. And if you have a specific accountability appointment with the person you've committed, you will increase your chance of succeeding by 95%. That's pretty huge. So 65% if you just commit to somebody, and 95% if you actually meet with that person, almost like you have a deadline about doing something, you're more likely to reach your goal. So creating the environment you need to accomplish your goals. So what kind of support is necessary for you? Do you guys have? I know that when you have a business, and my husband and I have 3 businesses, there are moments, it's kind of like a roller coaster ride. Some moments are super thrilling because you're experiencing success. And other times it's really discouraging, like you're doing all the right things, or at least you think you are, and nothing's going the way you wanted it to go. So it's really important to me to have people in my life, in my own coach, um, to be able to go to in those moments and be encouraged. So if you haven't been paying attention, all of that adds up to success. You can see S in success is for surrender, unlock, create, commit, examine, sustainable support. So hopefully that will help you remember. One of the things that's really important to me is to regularly evaluate and adjust and begin again. And that's kind of what the whole Start Fresh is about. It's actually something I do at the end of every month. I evaluate, hey, how did things go? At the end of every quarter, I kind of assess the quarter. At the end of every year, I assess the year. So maybe that seems like a lot, and it does take me a couple of hours to work through, but it's so valuable in helping me to start fresh and get back on alignments, tweak some things, and so that I can stay on track and reach my goals. So don't be afraid to make mistakes or fail along the way. It's really part of the process. And I can share with you, as I have failed in so many ways, you actually get a little more comfortable with that process. It's really not that devastating to make those mistakes or to have failures, perceived failures. It's really how we learn and grow and make new discoveries. So it's kind of like that whole rinse and repeat thing. Every time you find yourself, oh, I'm not exactly veering off to the side a little bit, I can start this whole process over and keep moving towards my goal. So the quicker you can regroup, the better. So be more aware, oh, wow, I am not heading in the direction I want to, being able to identify that in your life.